Well, welcome back, everybody. I'm Miss Nancy with A's Memorial Library, and I've got some really fabulous young adult choices to share with you today. I'm going to start first with a book called Never Ending. And the question about this book is, how do you forgive yourself for what you see as an unforgivable act? That's the premise of Martin Bedford's novel. It's about a teen named Shiv, a girl, whose brother has died as a result, indirectly, of her self-interests. So the story starts with Shiv on her way to a rather unique psychiatric clinic where she is going to have to deal with this issue. She's not alone. There are 5 other teens that are going to be with her. They all are living in a world of self-hate and self-destruction. They all have PTSD as a result of whatever happened in their lives. And the psychiatric clinic takes a very radical approach to treatment. The narration in the book moves back and forth between the present time and the past, so you get this kind of slow reveal about what really happened on the Greek island, which is where her brother died. And you have to ask yourself when you're reading it, what will you think about the way the experts at this clinic go about addressing the issue? It's pretty tough and pretty intense, not anything that I would have ever expected. I enjoyed all of the characters in this book, all of the teams, the development of her inner world, Shiv's inner world. The dialogue is going to feel very true to you in terms of what a teen would say. And it is really a good story for seeing how everything in the world is connected to you, but it doesn't mean that you're to blame for all the bad things that happen. So try Never Ending by Martin Bedford. I could not put this book down. The next book I'm going to show you is an unusual one. It is called Falls the Shadow. It is by Stephanie Gaither, and it's about cloning. So the big question you have to answer when you read this is, should we clone? Should we, and then you have to ask, should we substitute a computer for the human brain when we do? How far off base could any potential benefits of cloning be worked toward evil? That is the premise of this book. This is a dystopian romance, and it's laid out in a kind of thinking out loud style, so we hear all of the thoughts that Kate Benson has in her head. She's very, very insecure. She's uncertain about everything, and she's got to gain confidence and courage in order to survive. There's lots of action in this novel. There's lots of moments when you think, well, this is it, this is the end, and then it's not. There's more to come. My favorite character was actually Kate's sister Violet's clone. She reminded me of Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games in many ways, and it made me wonder, well, why do I like her? She's a clone. So you'll have to see what you like. I won't spoil the ultimate moment in this story. You just have to read it for yourself and ask yourself, how would I feel if I were in Kate's shoes? It's a pretty eerie question to answer. So try Falls the Shadow by Stephanie Gaither. Now, I have a third book, and I don't normally do young adult nonfiction in these videos, but this one came through and I had to share it with you. It is called Up for Sale: Human Trafficking and Modern Slavery. It's a very important book to read. Many of us think that slavery ended with the Civil War, but I can tell you that from this book I learned that modern day slavery is a huge 30 billion with a B to 45 billion with a B worldwide industry. And it's crucial, I think, that we all educate ourselves about it. it takes all different forms: unpaid child servants, slaves that are trying to reduce their debt, sex trafficking, forced labor in diamond mines, organ selling, and more. And the creepiest statistic, almost 30% of those who are enslaved are children, and most of those are girls. This is a very sobering book, as you can expect. It explains how, where, and why it happens. They even give you a link to an online survey that you can take to see just of what you buy in your normal daily life. It'll give you a rough idea of how much you buy encourages human trafficking, I did it and it made me sad. The sheer magnitude of this problem is enough to make anyone think, okay, this is futile to fight it. But more and more organizations are putting resources into it, and I encourage you to pick up this book and become enlightened into a very real worldwide problem, especially in the season of peace and goodwill, when something like this should never be happening. So it's up for sale, Human Trafficking and Modern Slavery by Allison Marie Benke. Really, really good book. And that's all I have for you this month. Check back next month and I'll have more awesome YA titles for you to take a look and check out. Bye.